What's up, guys? My name is Nia Chandela Suarez,
And I'm Brian Wimbush.
and welcome to the Men's YouTube channel of 2024.
Yes,
Guys.
we're going over bio honor stuff. It's very important stuff.
What?
Like the COVID-19 pandemic.
And we read an article about that. So,
We actually did, so we'll jump right into that.
so how do we approach this article, first of all?
So basically our last article was about psychedelics and the use, right?
Yes.
And that was very important, but it was really hard to digest. But so was this one, so I approached it kind of the same way. I'll go more in depth later, but what about you?
I kind of approached it differently. I grabbed a dictionary because I remember our teacher telling us that it's gonna be a little harder vocabulary-wise. So I definitely grabbed that. It's because the other article is kind of easy. I only searched up one word, or not. Well, with grammar, it's still a very difficult article to digest. But with the grammar part, yes, it's easier. Nah, this one.
Yeah. Just a couple of words that I had to look up and annotate myself were just the different kinds of variants of COVID.
Yeah, that was
we had
definitely.
SAR, B12.
Yeah, COVID, coronavirus, SAR, without the
It
two.
just explained all the variants and what proteins they were missing and not missing.
So,
but yeah.
what do you think this article is about?
I think that it.
Just keep going.
I think that the article was about COVID and just the structural difference in their cells when it comes to the proteins that make up the different variants of COVID and just how it infiltrates your immune system.
Yeah, and I didn't know that we had two types of how our immune system fights,
Exactly.
innate immune system and the something.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
forgot. Yes.
It's they fight after the innate. So.
Exactly. But yeah, it basically explained how different age groups and different immune systems
Yes.
combat COVID and their different variants.
Yeah, that's mainly around the end.
Oh, so I'm jumping.
I
ahead.
mean, in that article, I remember seeing that they have because the younger people have less control or their immune
They have
system.
more control, younger people, of their immune system with COVID. That's why
Well,
there's so many
bec-
deaths of old people.
Yeah, I meant to say that.
Oh,
I
okay.
get confused.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Would you say this is a primary or a secondary source?
I think it's secondary because it doesn't. It just gathers data from other labs, reports and data from other research that people made. It doesn't say that they made a research and answered it by themselves, but it is gathered all the info and they put it into this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. To actually jump ahead to compare and contrast the reliability of both articles from last week and this week. This week was not really new information. They didn't go out there and conduct a survey. They didn't go out there and get new research. They just stated and analyzed previous research, which was that there's different COVID variants. They affect people differently. That stuff we already knew. They went more in depth into the topic. Compared to last week, they actually made a whole survey
Yeah,
on psychedelic use, and they,
alcohol.
yeah, but it wasn't really reliable though.
It's reliable
I
if you
thought
want
it
to
was.
start on that base. It's not reliable as a definitive data, but I feel like it's a good start off.
Yeah, it's
to
a foundation.
the foundation of what is to come with that LSD and stuff like that.
Yes, but this is an example of a primary source being not the most reliable, and a secondary source, kind of like this COVID article, seemed really reliable to me.
I think I'm going to disagree with you with that because it never states where they got this info from.
But if you look up the authors, actually, there's a whole page, 2 pages of references. Did you not look into them? Me neither. So
No, but when they ever stated a claim or something,
Oh,
I
I
didn't see that.
see.
They didn't state where they got it from. So that's that's something that they could have done to show their reliability.
Okay, so that is something that we can bring up in Socratics, in terms of its reliability. And one more question is, what did you learn through your analysis of this article?
I definitely learned that you need to process and gain this info differently than other articles because this article was just very different from the other one. From the other one we read about psychedelics, since it had more weird words and stuff like that. It had a lot of grammar that I had to digest more than the other article. What about you?
Oh, me? I learned that, well, just to touch on the content more, it was more personal to me than psychedelics because psychedelics targeted AUD people or people with AUD, excuse me. And I personally do not have that, nor know people that have that. So the whole psychedelic topic isn't really relevant to me. But COVID, like, have you had COVID?
Yes.
Yeah, I've had COVID too.
I had a clown or a family clown. You know how your family clowns that celebrate
No.
for your family parties? He actually died from COVID. And I got a little sad because he was my favorite clown. He was, he was my birthday clown for like 10
It's
years.
personal to this guy, it's personal to me, and it's just so interesting to learn about all the variants and the immune system because of COVID, which is something we've all experienced. Anyway, that was our episode of our Bio Honors podcast.
And we'll see you in the next one, guys.
2 weeks.